moment of silence for our troops to come home safe and for our law enforcement to come home safe every day. Thank you. Dennis, the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-10, has been complied with and shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting.
Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood?
Here.
Freeholder Belante?
Here.
Freeholder Kenny? Freeholder Polos? Freeholder Tamaro?
Here.
Freeholder Valenti? Freeholder Director Rios?
Here. We have some recognitions.
Yes, we have a few recognitions tonight. First is recognizing senior meal program drivers, Josephine Boussier, okay. Debbie English, Marlene Jaskula, Lorraine McIntyre, Gary Misho, John Mulvey, Donna Rhodes, and Tony Torres for their prompt response in assisting home-delivered meal clients found to be in distress. Proclamation declaring September 2016 as National Recovery Month and recognizing 2016 Olympian gymnast Lori Hernandez of Old Bridge Township.
Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Motion to adopt by Freeholder Tamaro, seconded by Freeholder Deputy Director Belante. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood?
Yes.
Freeholder Belante?
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny? Freeholder Tamaro?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios?
Yes. Okay. We can have the drivers come up. But tonight we're honoring our drivers from our senior nutrition program, who in addition to delivering daily nutritious meals to homebound seniors throughout the county, they also interact with the seniors that they do this, and they develop relationships. And I've always boasted about our county employees, all our county employees, because we have a terrific workforce that is dedicated to serving every resident in this county. And they do it because they love it. And throughout the past year, each of our honorees noticed something different, something out of the ordinary when they were delivering their meals. And they each had training when they were hired, and they maintained training, and they positively intervened in what could have been a life-threatening situation. Most recently, Josie Boussier contacted her site manager, Peggy Libretti, and Peggy's here. Come on up here, Peggy. When a participant did not answer the door, as she typically does, and they were able to positively intervene and save this person's life. And what they did, Peggy instructed Josie to knock on the door of a neighbor who the participant had identified as having a key. When they opened the door, Josie and the neighbor found the client in a semi-conscious state on the bedroom floor. 911 was called with their quick thinking, and the needed medical care was provided. I really want to thank Josie and Peggy for their quick thinking and their dedication. You absolutely saved someone's life, and you should be proud of that. And it means so much to us as elected officials, because there's times when we get complaints. But here's a time that we have employees that went above and beyond, and not thinking that they were going to ever experience something like this. And all these employees here, all these drivers throughout the years, have experienced some kind of situation where they intervened and helped and interacted with the clients that they serve. So on behalf of all the freeholders, I want to congratulate you all. Like I said, we have Josie Bussier, who's a driver for Edison, Marlena Jeskula, who's a driver for Carteret, Donna Rhodes, who's a driver in Edison, Tony Torres, a driver in Piscataway, Gary Michaud, driver and floater, Debbie English, a driver in Sayreville, Lorraine McIntyre, a driver in Edison, John Mulvey, driver in South Brunswick. And also our administrative staff, who's here, is Mary DeMarco, division manager, Ellen Bednars, program assistant, Peggy, and Debbie Severizo, site manager. I want to thank you all for a job well done. I think they need to be recognized, because I can tell you one thing. I worked for 30 years for my job, and I didn't even get a cup of coffee when I retired. So when they do a great job, got them all? Sure.
Get a little bit closer.
Tall ones in the back.
Where?
Why do they do it?
How's that? Is that good? Squeeze in a little. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. You're welcome.
People don't realize how important it is.
Sure. We passed a resolution and we have a proclamation here for National Recovery Month. National Recovery Month spreads a positive message that behavioral health is essential to overall health, that prevention and treatment really works, and that people can do treatment, they can recover. I've seen it with people that I've known, that they do recover. And now in its 27th year, this message is about recovery in all forms if possible, and it also advocates for the availability of effective prevention, treatment, and recovery services for those in need. This year's National Recovery Month theme is Join the Voices of Recovery, Our Families, Our Stories, Our Recovery. And it's about family support, friend support, and it's critical that we educate our community and we all take a part in it. Behavioral health disorders are treatable, and treating them like any other chronic disease. And we can improve the quality of life for the entire community. And I call upon all the citizens of Middlesex County to understand and observe this month as National Recovery Month. At this time, I'd like to call up who will accept this proclamation, Morgan Thompson of our Middlesex County Local Advisory Committee on Alcohol and Drug Abuse. Morgan is very active and helpful, and people like her make a difference. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Morgan Thompson. I'm a person in long-term recovery, and I'm honored to accept this proclamation on behalf of the Local Advisory Committee on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse here in Middlesex County. I'd like to thank the Board of Chosen Freeholders for your continued support of our efforts to embrace recovery, celebrate recovery, and make recovery more accessible to individuals who struggle with addiction and other behavioral health issues. I'm sure all of you have heard in the news recently that substance abuse and overdose deaths have reached epidemic proportions in the community, both locally, statewide, and across the nation. And Recovery Month is a great opportunity for us to come together as a community to really celebrate the joy that comes from recovery. And so I'm so grateful to be here tonight. Thank you.
Okay, correspondence.
Each freeholder has been provided with a list of correspondence received by the clerk's office since our last meeting. This correspondence will be kept on file in the office of the clerk of the board for reference.
Is there a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have minutes for approval.
The Board of Chosen Freeholders regular meeting, August 18th, 2016 at 7 o'clock p.m.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
second? Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, seconded by Freeholder Belmonte. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Belmonte,
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny,
Present, not voting.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. Freeholder reports. Freeholder Ken Armwood.
I have no report this evening.
Freeholder Deputy Director Carol Belmonte.
Thank you, Director. As freeholder liaison to the Middlesex County Open Space and Recreation Public Advisory, excuse me, I lost my pen. Thank you. I'll start over. Thank you. As freeholder liaison to the Middlesex County Open Space and Recreation Public Advisory Committee, I am happy to bring you up to date on a few open space items. On the agenda this evening, the Freeholder Board will consider 2 contracts for open space purchases. First one is the Gravel Hill Spotswood Road property that consists of 26.1 acres of forest property in Monroe Township. This property also has historical significance as the Continental Army passed through this area on the way to the Battle of Monmouth during the Revolutionary War. The second property is 76 acres in East Brunswick that lies along the Ireland Brook and provides critical habitat for several amphibian species. The property, known as the Tamarack Hollow Extension, is also the final piece of a puzzle that will tie together over 1,400 acres of parkland across East Brunswick and South Brunswick. I am proud to say that with the approval of these 2 contracts, the County of Middlesex will exceed 8,000 acre mark in our open space preservation program. I want to thank my freeholder colleagues for their past and continued support for this program, and I look forward to continuing our work of improving the quality of life for residents in Middlesex County. Thank you, Director.
Thank you. Freeholder Charlie Kenny.
Just tying into one of the proclamations or resolutions that we just handed out. Yesterday was Addiction Awareness Day, and I had the opportunity to attend a program in Old Bridge put on by the Families Against Addiction and Old Bridge Township. And I just, the program was to make people aware of addiction. And we had families there that were speaking on behalf of ones that they've lost, loved ones that they've lost, and loved ones that they've loved and weren't family but were friends and have gone. And the thing about addiction nowadays is it knows no age. It has no boundaries as far as color or social class or what neighborhood you live in. It's all over. And we have to be aware of that. And as was said before, it's an illness, and it has to be accepted as an illness. And the best way that we can go about helping ourselves and helping our community is getting educated on the signs of addiction and what addiction looks like and how you can maybe prevent addiction. Some of the problems that we have nowadays are the overprescribing of painkillers, or the fact that painkillers are there and they're not used, and then they get into the hands of people that they shouldn't be in. So I just wanted to raise that. I know it was September's Recovery Month, so I guess the first step to recovery is to admit that you have a problem, And so Addiction Awareness Day was yesterday, and just take the time to learn about it. And if you're ever in a situation where somebody is having a medical condition or has overdosed, call 911. There's a Good Samaritan law. Nothing will happen to you. Just call 911. Save the person. And that's all I have for you, Director.
Thank you. Freeholder Charlie Tamaro.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Freeholder Director. This week in the music in the parks just finished up its last performance at the Raritan Bay Waterfront Park, which drew crowds of up to 800 attending. This year we added some great new groups, and we will continue to create diverse arrangements for everyone to enjoy. And remember, this weekend, September 4th, and it's free, our 11th annual Labor Day weekend concert at the Stephen J. Capestrel Theater in our Roosevelt Park. This year we're excited to bring onto the stage the Bronx Wanderers with the hits of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons and Dion, as well as current sounds of Coldplay and Bruno Mars. So Kenny Armwood, please bring your dancing shoes. The opening act will be Beginnings, the ultimate tribute to a group called Chicago. Gates will open at 3 p.m. and the show begins at 4. And don't forget to bring your lawn chairs. The Roosevelt Park roller skating rink reopens on September 9th and will remain open until October 30th. Group and private lessons are available, and general skating is available on Friday and Saturday from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and on Sunday 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. For more information, call, I got the wrong phone number here. It's 732-745-3785. It's at 145. Typo there. It's just confirmed Rapunzel will be the 24th annual indoor children's musical, October 8th, 9th, 15th, and 16th, and 22nd at 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Tickets will go on sale this month. For more information, call Plays in the Park production office at 732-548-2884, and that's also at our famous Stephen J. Capestrel Theater in Roosevelt Park. And just piggybacking on what Charlie had said, I think every family has had a member or knows somebody that has either overdosed or has had a problem with drugs, and this is Recovery Month, so encourage them to go to recovery. Thank you, Director.
Thank you. Just a few items. Freeholder Ken Armwood and myself attended the Welcome Home Parade for Lori Hernandez, the gold medal winner from Old Bridge, and she's really a classy girl, and we're really proud of her accomplishments. Beautiful family. Old Bridge really turned out in force, welcoming her and giving her a nice parade. And I see that she was also admitted to perform on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
So she really is an inspiration to a lot of people, and our hats off to her. I attended a program that Sansone Auto Group is working with the instituting as far as helping veterans get back into the workforce, re-entry program that may be incarcerated, and it's still in the infancy stages as far as working it out, but it seems like a very good program helping those that are incarcerated, that when they will be released, trying to find a vocation for them. And I want to wish everyone a happy and safe Labor Day, most importantly safe, and school's opening. Be mindful of the school buses back in action next week sometime, and kids crossing all over the place, that we drive safely. Okay, Mr. Kelso, any resolutions to be added?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be amended?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be held?
Yes, we have one resolution to be held. That's Resolution 16-1458. No vote necessary.
Okay, any resolutions to be voided?
There are none.
At this time, I'd like to open up the meeting to public on any resolutions listed only.
I move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion to close by Freeholder Tamaro, second by Freeholder Belmonte. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Any items to be removed from the consent agenda?
I have two resolutions, Freeholder Director, 16-1383 and 16-1403.
Anyone else? Okay, Mr. Kelso?
Yes, Freeholder Director, a motion would then be in order to adopt a consent agenda consisting of resolution number 16-1371 through resolution 16-1473, excluding resolution 16-1458 to be held, and resolution 16-1383 and 16-1403 to be voted upon separately.
Is there a motion?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, seconded by Deputy Director Belmonte. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Belmonte,
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny, Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes.
And now, Freeholder Director, it would be appropriate to consider Resolution 16-1383 and 16-1403, which was excluded by Freeholder Tamaro.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Armwood, seconded by Deputy Director Belmonte. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Belmonte,
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
President not voting?
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. That's it? Okay, at this time, I'd like to open the meeting to public on anything that anyone would like to discuss.
They want to get out. Kind of figured.
Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes.
Thank you. My name is Fred Primich. I'm a retired chest surgeon from Metuchen. Been living in Metuchen since 1968. And my wife's family has been in Middlesex County for well over 100, maybe 150 years. After I retired in 1997 as a thoracic surgeon, I decided to attend the Rutgers Cooperative Extension Master Gardener Program. And I'd like to thank all of you for what you've done in the past for this program. It truly has done much for the health of Middlesex County residents. When I completed the program, rather than volunteer in the usual way, I decided to go the direction of giving presentations. And I've been fortunate enough to give presentations on container gardening and horticultural therapy to Raritan Bay Medical Center, Roosevelt Hospital, and JFK Rehab. And I want to say, you're responsible for Roosevelt Hospital. They have a tremendous program in horticultural therapy, and you should be proud of them. A reason I'm here is I heard rumors that there might be change in support of the Master Gardener program. And I'd like your input as to what your plans are for the Master Gardener program. We have a program starting next week, and we have, I believe, 40 or 50 participants, 2 classes. And in New Jersey, there's no other county that is active as Middlesex County.
I could tell you now that there's no anticipation of changing the Master Gardeners program at all. It's been budgeted for the year, and everything's going to be status quo.
Thank you. Now, I have one thing to offer. I mentioned give presentations in horticultural therapy. This is important for everyone. And if your group would like a personal presentation on horticultural therapy and container gardening, please call on me. I'm available to give a talk to the freeholders at your convenience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else in the public who would like to speak?
Motion to close the public portion.
Second. Motion by Fielder Tamaro, second by Fielder Kenny. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Moved.
Second.
Motion to adjourn by Fielder Tamaro, second by Deputy Director Belmonte. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.